from the top. Let's read from the top. Psalms 137 and 1. It says, by the rivers of Babylon, right there we sat, yea, we wept, okay, and we remembered Zion. Because when you read the history, okay, you had the Assyrians, okay, under Tiglath-Pileser, they became prominent, and then Tiglath-Pileser III had his two children, okay, was it Sargon II and Shalmaneser V. Okay, Shalmaneser V was the older brother, I believe, and Shalmaneser V was really the first one to come up against the house of Israel. Was that correct? I think he started the siege, but his younger brother, he's the one that inherited the kingdom because he usurped his brother. Okay, so now you go to where Sargon II, the Assyrian now, is coming up against the house of Israel, and he carries them away into captivity unto the house unto the Assyrians, and ultimately the house of Israel said, look, we ain't gonna stay in this foreign land. Now let's go on to a new land, which was the Americas, and we're gonna serve our power there. Okay. Now you just got what became known as the Jews, which was the Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and the remnant of all 12 tribes. Okay. But ultimately it was Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which was the house of Judah, okay, going back onto the time when the Lord split the kingdom after King Solomon, okay, Rehoboam and Jeroboam, okay, but that's another different story. So you go into where now you got the Jews there, okay, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, okay, you got righteous king comes in, and you might have 2-3 wicked kings after that. So the Most High got tired of all of that, right? We read about that within the book of Jeremiah, how that Lord was just like all the time, look, come back unto the Lord, do this, that, and the third. Lord got tired, so you had it to where the Babylonians come up into and take down Jerusalem. And we go into the book of the account within the book of Jeremiah 28th chapter. What was he talking about? He was talking about a certain prophet, just like Nate, saying, look, do it big. It's all right. The Most High ain't gonna judge this place, okay? Which I'm not saying Nate is going to that extent, but ultimately he's saying, look, you can do all right within the side, but the true men of the Lord, they was prophesying against great kingdoms, okay? Right? They wasn't prophesying of peace, and what happened was you had it to where Babylon came and took down the house of Judah, okay, and carried them away into captivity. So this account that you have here within the book of Psalms, the 137th chapter, is written, okay? So it says that for they carried us away captives, right? Required of us a song, and they wasted us, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of those songs of Zion, which is the same thing you got right now, man. Here you got Jake out here, right? They're out there, they're basketball players, they're sports personalities. Okay, they're comedians, they're singers, songwriters, all of these things, okay? Because they are in captivity, they're in slavery, man. Okay, and the same thing happened with the Babylonians. Okay? So this is the fourth verse. It says, how shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? Right? If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. Okay? If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave unto the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Okay? Right? It says, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom. Okay? The same Edomites we're reading about within the book of Obadiah. The same Edomites that was going to be destroyed, as we're reading about the empire is going to be destroyed in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Okay? It says there, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, right? In the day of Jerusalem, in the day that Jerusalem, in the day, right, of Jerusalem, who said raise it, right? Raise it even to the foundations thereof, which means to destroy it. So they had it to where you might have had a council, okay? You got Nebuchadnezzar deciding, look, what's he going to do with these rebellious Israelites that weren't paying taxes or whatever, because I think the whole thing stemmed off of a certain tax not being paid or whatever. I forget the history, okay? So you had it to where they said, they would have had the council, and they're saying, look, Nebuchadnezzar probably decided, look, should I roll up on them and this, that, and the third, and you had the Edomite there said, look, go on, take them down, man. And then onto the actual event, okay, of the walls and the fortification of the house of Judah, the kingdom of Judah being destroyed. They would have been like, look, take it down, man. Okay, and if one escaped, run away with his family or something like that after the city's on fire, they would have caught that certain individual and brought them onto the Babylonians. That's what the history says. We read about that within the book of Obadiah too. Okay, so it says there, it said, remember the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it even to the foundations thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art thou to be, O daughter of Babylon, which is Edom. Alright, Edom is the daughter of Babylon. That's what we're reading about here within the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter, 47th chapter, wherewith it is said, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Who is the daughter of Babylon, as pursuant to the book of Psalms, the 137th chapter, is Edom. So this whole scripture here within the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter, is talking about Edom. Simple breakdowns. Okay? It says, O daughter of Babylon, who art thou to be destroyed? Happy is he that rewardeth thee as thou has served us. Okay, so the Most High is saying, look, you done all of this hell. You didn't even have to do that, but you did it anyway. Okay, you have surpassed the judgment. The scripture says that David's judgment was not to drink of the cup, something roughly paraphrasing, and then it goes into the fact that Esau's, we were supposed to be in captivity, but they've really gone and surpassed that judgment, man. Okay, they put hell on Jacob. Well, the scripture says that, we're going to be happy when that vengeance is taken out on Esau. In fact, if I go to the scripture here within the book of Psalms, the 58th chapter, okay, Psalms 58 and 1, no, 3, go from 3, it says, their wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray as soon as they're born, speaking lies. Okay, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They're like the deaf adder that stupeth the ear, right? Which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wise. Break their teeth, their military strength. Break their teeth, O Yahweh, in their mouth. Break out the teeth of the great young lions, O Yahweh. Let them melt away as the water which runneth continually. When it bendeth his bow to shoot, let them be cut in pieces. So when they're about to shoot their missiles and take over the world like they desired, the Most High is going to shoot at it, man. Okay? Let them be cut in pieces. As a snail which melteth, let every one of them pass away. And that goes to show you that there's going to be none of Esau remaining. The scripture says that let every one of them melt away. Okay? Right? Like the untimely birth of a woman, that they may not see the sun. Okay, before your pots can fill the thorns, okay, he shall take them away, right, as with the whirlwind, both living and in wrath. Okay, right, the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. Okay, so the righteous is going to rejoice when they see the vengeance come upon Esau, man. They're going to rejoice, man. Okay, the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. So that a man shall say, verily there is a reward for the righteous. Verily he is the power that judgeth the earth. Because right now it's like, man, you're praying, the Most High do this, that, and the third. And, it don't feel like that. But ultimately, the Most High will give you right sweetness. Okay, ultimately, the Most High was going to judge the earth, man. Okay, the Most High was going to put that hell upon Esau. Okay, so let's go now back into the book of Psalms, the 137th chapter. Start back on 8, finish it up. And we'll go back onto the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter. So it says, O daughter of Babylon, talking about Edom, who art to be destroyed, happy is he that rewardeth thee, right, as we read in the book of Psalms, the 58th chapter. Happy is he, it says, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, right, as thou hast served us. Happy is he that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Okay, that's judgment. Revenge, so you can understand. So that what is going to be spoken about within the book of Obadiah is fulfilled, where the scripture says that what? The whole house of Edom was going to be taken out of the earth. Okay, the whole seed of the wicked was going to be completely, that whole family, no more existing. Okay? Back within the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter now. This is now the second verse, right? Isaiah 47 and 2. It says, take the millstone and grind, uncover the locks, make bare the legs, uncover the thighs, pass over the rivers. Okay? Now, when you understand what that scripture is talking about, that's talking about all them secrets that they had, some secret councils. Let's read the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter. Okay? Right? All of them secret councils now are being declared. Okay? Starting first and foremost with the prophets of the Lord. But even all of these so-called truthers, which the spirit, the scripture says that the Lord was going to pour out his spirit upon all flesh, man. Alright, you was going to have Edomites prophesying their own demise, man. Okay, the scripture talks about how their tongue was going to fall upon themselves. Okay, so they was going to create all of these technologies like YouTube and web pages and all of this. And ultimately that was going to lead to their own demise. Because now you got to where if we think like something is happening and it's false, well, you're going to have someone pop out a video on that, man. And they're going to break it down and say, look, that's out of place, that's suspicious, this, that, and the third. In other words, their secret counsel that they've had for so long is being revealed. Okay? If one person thinks something is suspicious and you had a whole conglomerate of people coming up and they understand it and they see it and they break it down and every person's got their own opinion upon it and their own facts that they bring it forth to the table, well, that whole thing of secrecy was going to be what? It's going to be more and more put out to the forefront. Okay? So it says there in the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, I'll start from the top. Psalms 83:1, it says, keep thou not silent, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult. Okay, they make a noise, man. Okay, they're raging against the ordinances that the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahshua has put through. They're raging. Okay, they're making a tumult. Right? They that hate thee have lifted up their head. Read that within the book of Obadiah, how that Esau, basically the pride of his heart has deceived him. Okay? They that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And we read that within the book of Revelations, the 12th chapter, where the scripture said that what? The accuser of our brethren is taken down. Because why? Because he has used that crafty counsel so that he can what? He can accuse us before the Yahweh Shem Yahshua. It's crafty. That's why you got to do where you got pork all up in the food and all of that. But that's what goes back onto a thing of faith now, man. Okay, that's where Yahweh Shai comes into play, because what? Yahweh Shai covered all the iniquity of his predecessors, himself, and the future. Okay? So it says that they have taken, and that's why it's such a beautiful thing. That's why you gotta reverence the name, man. Ain't no entity upon the face of the earth was able to do that. Okay, ain't no entity upon the earth which was in heaven was gonna do that. Save Yahweh Shai. Okay? And you go into the scriptures, the scripture also goes into the fact that how he was the only one able to loosen the 7 seals, which was of these scriptures. Hence the reason why you got these people out here pushing the word that they push, but they don't want to worship Yahweh Shai. You gonna see, man. You gonna see. Okay. So Psalms 83:3, it says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Okay. Which was what? Who's the hidden ones? Who is the hidden people? What nation of people is it that they don't have no nationality? Okay, no saying what happens out there when they do take this crafty counsel at the UN meeting. Okay, you ain't going to where you got one Jake saying, look, we need this, that, and the third, and we need to make sure that these people not. Because you're a persona non grata. Okay, right up until the time the Lord comes back, his name is magnified, and ergo the name of Israel is magnified throughout the 4 corners of the earth. Okay, so it says here, they have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Okay? And it says, and that goes back onto the scriptures, book Deuteronomy 28th chapter, 32 and 26, I've got written here. Okay? They've taken crafty counsel together with one consent. They're confederate. And let's see what the scripture says now. The tabernacles of Edom, or Ishmael, Moab. Remember the scripture says that crafty counsel. You see that crafty counsel now is being revealed for its secrecy. And it's all coming out. Okay? You got this guy, our conspiracy dude, he was bringing out a hell of a lot of dirt upon Esau, man. Right, talking about systematic impoverishment. Okay? How that, you're dealing with the housing market. Esau has been, they were buying for cheap for years. They have massive amount of appreciation with their residential areas. Okay, that keeps Jake out. Okay, you got reinforced stereotypes. Okay, you got Jake being living in these areas where you got poisons, literally poisons, that they're pushing out there into the air, or like a cancer mortality rate of like 100% because they got chemicals out there within the air. That's where they push Jake, man. Okay, that's where they put the Israelites out there, man. Okay, but all of that's coming out. And like again, that goes back onto the thing I was saying about the YouTube and the internet, because that was a guy that was, for all intents and purposes, he ain't in the truth. But even the Most High had it to where he saw a certain fragment of the truth, and therefore the nakedness, the legs, or the ties of Esau's infrastructure, right? He's what you call secrecy. The secrecy is being revealed. Okay. So now let's go back onto the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter, and this is the 3rd verse. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, thy shame shall be seen. And what's one of the greatest shames that they've ever had? Okay, the thing of captivity, man. That whole shame about having the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans in hardcore captivity, okay, that's a great shame to them. And they're trying to remove it from the history books. But now you got to where the thing of the internet, you got people pushing all types of videos. This is what happened in captivity. This is what happened with the Israelites. Okay, you got all of that information being pushed forth like that's just the thing to do now. Okay? And that's all a thing of the Messiah fulfilling what is spoken about in terms of prophecy. Okay? How that the nakedness of Esau was going to be uncovered, man. Alright? So Isaiah 47 and 4, it says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shimei Shai, is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Okay? Sit down in silence and get thee into the darkness, O door of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt not be called the Lady of Kingdoms. So that prominent status, the AAA credit rating status was going to be demised. And it was demised. Now I think they're AA, maybe they've gone down to an A, maybe they'll go down to a BBB or something like that. You know, that's how they do their crediting system. But that whole prominence, that dominance that they had within the markets, it's going to dwindle, man. Okay? And that's spoken about within the scriptures right here, man. Sit thou silent, get thee into the darkness, O daughter of the Chaldees, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. People ain't just gonna come over here from England, they're just gonna make it out there within America. That wasn't gonna be the thing. Okay, you wasn't gonna have the Moabites gonna be out there and all they're talking about, let's go back out to the Big Apple and do it big. That wasn't gonna be the thing anymore. Okay, the stronghold that they had upon the people was going to, as this truth was being, the truth about America was going to be revealed. Okay, that was going to be a thing that was going to be happening too, man. Okay, so let's carry on here. It says, I was rough with my people, hence the judgment that came out. You all right there? You okay? Okay, cool. All right, you believe in the Bible, the scriptures? You believe in the Bible? Okay, so what do you know about the scriptures?
Oh no, we're in a rush.
Okay, all right. So it says that within the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter and the 6th verse, it says, I was rough with my people, hence the judgment of the Lord put upon us. Okay, I was rough with my people, I've polluted my inheritance, and I've given them into thine hand, and thou didst show them no mercy. Upon thy ancients have thou laid thy yoke, man. And when you see Esau in them slave movies, 12 years a slave, Django, all of that, Esau was hella heavy on Jake, man. He was hella heavy. So you think that the Messiah ain't gonna do no judgment for that? And they're the ones that pushed this whole thing of, they're the ones that had the scriptures pushed out there. Because they're trying to push this whole Christian, and that whole Christianity doctrine is anti-Israel, man. It's against the people of the Lord. Okay, you all right there, man? Little Russian. Okay, so that whole idea, okay, of Christianity, that's completely against the people of the Lord, because it's a whole togetherness. But that whole togetherness takes away from what the scripture talks about in terms of heritage. Okay, this is an inheritance of this people. This book is about the inheritance of the Israelites. Okay, so it says that and thou didst show, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. So that pride of thine heart deceived them. They thought that there was no military was gonna come up and take them down, and they was right about that. But they didn't consider that it was a power that sitteth in heaven, and the power that sitteth in heaven was gonna take them down, man. Okay, therefore, it says here. Thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. Okay, so thou didst not lay these things right to thine heart, these things to thy heart, neither didst thou remember the latter end of it. So you really, if you're spiritual, you know that the latter end of Esau, the latter end of the Edomites was going to be a great judgment, man. And we're reading about that great judgment. Okay, so carrying on now with the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter. This is the 8th verse. It says, therefore hear now this, thou art given to pleasures. You go out there into America, you see pleasures. You go out there anywhere where Esau is. He's all about pleasures, man. Okay, he's nothing productive about his kingdom. Okay, other than the destruction of his true enemy, which is the Israelites. So it says, therefore hear this now, thou art given unto pleasures, thou dwellest carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Because when they have the so-called, when you have a thing called an aircraft carrier, and you have no other country that has as many aircraft carriers, not even half, not even a quarter of what you have, there's a certain type of spirit that you carry yourselves around with. When you see Donald J. Trump and how he moves about within the same spirit, same as his predecessors. Okay, that thing of pride and that thing of no, we are untouchable. Okay, and in terms of military strength, for the most part they are. Now you got this thing of a first, you could have a first strike. Now if you have a first strike, then you're gonna have chaos. You're you're gonna have problems. That's why the scripture talks about how that even the least of the nations shall say, "Oh, thou become weak as weak," because of that nuclear weapon balance things out, man. Okay, but the scripture says here, "Thou dwellest carelessly, and I say it's in the heart I am, and none else but me." So as far as they're concerned, pound for pound, they're beating any army right now. That's why we need spiritual intervention, man. You got guys out there within the ISUPK trying to take up arms against Esau. They ain't gonna work, man. His blessing, when you go through the scriptures within the book of Genesis, the 27th chapter, his blessing was the sword. How you gonna beat a man with his own blessing, man? The only blessing that the blessing that we got was spirituality. And when you read the scriptures within the book of Isaiah, was it Isaiah 54 and 16? Let's read that right quick. Okay, you find out pretty much that any weapon that is formed against the truth that the men of the Lord, okay, it wasn't gonna prosper. Okay, so this is the book of Isaiah 54 and 16. So the scripture says, "I have created the smith that bloweth the coals." Going back onto the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter, when the Most High created Esau, who's going to bring about all of these swords and destruction upon the face of the earth. The Most High created. Okay, it says, "That bloweth the coals," right? That bringeth forth an instrument for his work, all right? "And I have created a waster to destroy." Okay, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper." So the scripture is saying, I've created the ultimate destroyer, but as for the men of the Lord, okay, as for the elect, okay, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and the right." And there's the heritage again, inheritance, hereditary, right, by way of your father's line. Okay, this is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh Shimi Al-Shai, and their righteousness is of me. Okay, saith the Lord. So that's dealing with what? That's dealing with the fact that you ain't gonna be out here and you're just gonna be just hella righteous, and the Most High was gonna have mercy on you. Okay, you was gonna be out there, and the Most High was just gonna be, okay, this man is so righteous, I'm gonna save him, and he's gonna no. The righteousness of the men of the Lord have is of Yahweh Shimi Al-Shai. Okay, in other words, when you go to the book of the Revelations, it tells you, and the people of whom there was found no guile, man.